What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Going to run through a weekly outlook for the week coming up. Today's Saturday, July 19th. I'll upload this on Sunday the 20th. And we're going to be looking at the week from Monday, July 21st to the 25th. So without further ado, let's get into this. Again, if you haven't been watching any of my other weekly outlooks, basically I just go over potential scenarios, the draws on liquidity, and then we're going to go over the news at the end, just some areas to kind of mark out on your charts and just to have an eye on, just areas that price can potentially react off of. So we're going to start on NQ. We're going to start from top-down analysis. So starting on the monthly, obviously our July candle is super bullish right now. We're obviously at new all-time highs. We go to the weekly. Our weekly candle had a strong bullish close. It obviously closed strong above the previous week's high, and we're just in obviously bullish order flow. Now, marking out draws on liquidity, we have this weekly low on this candle right here. We have our all-time high, of course, marked out, and then we have this big weekly bullish fair value gap right here, which is a little bit of ways away, but just an area to potentially keep an eye on your charts, even for the long term. Let's go on to the daily. So our daily is in bullish order flow. As you can see, we built up a lot of low resistance sell side liquidity. We actually put in an SMT here, and then price, pushed to the upside. We ran liquidity, and we ended up forming a daily fair value gap right here. So this is another area to have marked out on your chart. So again, we have our all-time high. We have this daily fair value gap. We have the weekly low, which also includes this daily low as well. I forgot to mark out. And then this was the SMT here. And then below that, we just lead into this weekly fair value gap. So these are the areas to have marked on your charts for NQ. Let's go over to ES. It's pretty much the exact same scenario. Starting on the monthly, our July candle is obviously bullish. Weekly bullish order flow as well. We swept out the weekly high right here. We put in a new all-time high, but the weekly candle actually didn't close above, but it's still weekly bullish order flow regardless. We have marked out this weekly low, and then we have this weekly fair value gap marked out as well, but our weekly is just in bullish order flow, which is the main takeaway here. Now we go over to the daily chart. Our daily is in bullish order flow. We had this push to the upside, putting in this all-time high, sweeping out these previous highs over here. And then we have this SMT. As you can see, ES actually swept these lows, putting in a lower low. And if you look at NQ at the same time put in a higher low. So NQ has more draws on the sell side there. And then we have this daily fair value gap right here. So areas to have marked on your charts for ES would be the all-time high, of course, this daily fair value gap right here. This weekly low, which was put in from this SMT, and then leading below that, we have the weekly fair value gap, which is littered with, daily fair value gaps and lower time frame liquidity within that. So potentially, let's go back to NQ and kind of look at potential scenarios. So obviously, I believe this daily fair value gap is going to be a key point at the start of the week, just to see basically what it does. If this wants to hold, this is going to be the catalyst to push price up again back into price discovery and to continue to make new highs. So you really need to keep an eye on this daily fair value gap and how it holds up, right? Because if that would be scenario number one, obviously we respect that daily fair value gap and we just continue to the upside. If this daily fair value gap does get inversed and we continue to respect bearish order flow on the lower time frames, like the 4 hour and the 1 hour, then we're going to be looking for retests and in order for price to go shorter. Now, how short it wants to go and how much down it wants to go totally just depends, right? Areas to seek out would probably be this Thursday low right here. We could make, we could inverse this gap, come down, seek out this Thursday low and then bounce, or we could seek out lower, right? We could come down, seek out all this low resistance sell side liquidity. Remember, we had this SMT play out. So these lows are just kind of like easy sell side draws if price does want to draw lower. So we could come down, sweep out that weekly low, and then eventually bounce from there. And the only way I'll flip my bias actually bearish is if we start trading below this weekly low, then we'd be looking for price to come into this weekly fair value gap. Like, for example, say we come down like this, and then we look for a bounce from there. Overall, obviously, that bias is going to stay bullish, but that's the only time that bias is going to flip is if we really start invalidating bullish confluence, right? So again, on ES is pretty much the same scenario. This daily fair value gap is going to be playing a crucial role at the beginning of the week. So if we hold this gap, we're going to be looking for a continuation to the upside. Based on our lower time frame confluence, of course. If this gap gets flipped, we're going to be looking for price to take out some sell side, at least in the short term. We could seek out this Thursday candle low right here, maybe the weekly low, come into this gap, and then bounce from there. I'm expecting for obviously a bullish week, of course. I think we continue in price discovery. The market's hot right now, and I'm liking the way it's moving. It's obviously a little bit harder to trade when we're at all-time highs, but it's once we get those pullbacks, we can just target all-time highs. We look for continuations. It's really not that difficult, but again, bullish overall outlook on the week. If we go down to the 4-hour chart, we're within this 4-hour gap right now. Maybe coming into Monday, we come into this bearish gap, come down to the daily, and then we bounce from there. But really just keep an eye and keep marked out on your charts this daily gap. Just pay attention to all-time highs and then this sell side down here. It's really going to depend basically what price wants to do at the beginning of the week. I do believe we have a bullish outlook on the week, and we probably go into price discovery again. But yeah, just keep an eye on those areas in your chart. And then let's get into the news now. I don't think we have too much this week. We have Monday, no news. So how I'll be approaching this is I'll probably normally I don't like trading no news Mondays, but I've recently been kind of trading them with a de-risked approach. So I might be on the charts, and if something A+ is just there, I'll take it. But if not, I'll be really cautious with setups. But regardless, I'll be de-risking on Monday. Tuesday, we have some orange folder. We have Powell speaking at 8:30. I'm not sure what he's talking about. And then 10, we have Richmond Manufacturing Index. We do have some news, so that should bring in some volatility to deliver. Okay, so we'll have something here. Let's go to Wednesday. We have existing home sales, which will be good. So that will be, I'll probably end up waiting for that, to be honest, because that's usually does bring some volatility into the market. So we'll see how that is. Usually new home sales and existing home sales, I tend to wait for. So that'll be good, even though it's not a red folder. Thursday, we do have some red folder. Finally, we have flash manufacturing, PMI, unemployment claims, flash services, and then we have new home sales at 10. So again, going to be waiting for all this news to pass, and then we'll make our decisions from there. But this will be a good trading day. And then Friday, we do have 8:30, some orange folder. So nothing major this week. Good opportunity. Should be 5 trading days. Monday just being a little bit cautious, but all the other days should be pretty solid. And yeah, it should be a pretty good week. So that's going to wrap it up from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until the next one, give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, follow me on Twitter. Link in the description if you guys want to support the channel. Until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Peace.